Hi, welcome to another edition of Japanese craft beer and snack extravaganza. Daniel, and today we're going to do a special on the various kinds of beer from Ginga Kogen Beer, and this is a brewery from Iwate Prefecture. It's up north in Tohoku, and some might not consider this craft beer. I would. It's definitely a smaller brewery, really handcrafted flavor, and very delicious, and you don't really see it in most stores. So this here is the standard Komugi beer, which is a wheat beer, and it has a really nice texture on the can, kind of rough, and a very nice design. So we're going to drink it. It's already a little foamy inside. You can see it has a nice golden color. Almost a little darker at the top than it is at the bottom. This is wheat beer, so you can imagine it's probably not filtered very much. Very cloudy. Nice creamy head on the top. See how it is. It has a very fruity flavor, typical to Hefe Weizen or a wheat beer. Kind of hints of a banana flavor, which I definitely enjoy in one of these kinds of beer. It's a clean finish, nice aftertaste. I'm left wanting to drink more, and so that's what I'm going to do now. It's very delicious. This is one of my favorite beers in Japan, and if you see it, I recommend buying a can. It's a little more expensive than your Asahi or your Kirin, but it's worth the upgrade. Alright, well, stick around. We've got more beer from Ginga Kogen coming up. Alright, now we're going to drink another beer from Ginga Kogen, and this is the Bison, or the Weizen. It's a wheat beer. Much like the previous beer, it's a wheat beer, but this one has live yeast inside. The can is a little different, darker blue, kind of a smaller label. It also has a little message on here that says to enjoy the live yeast, and has a fruity aroma and a rich flavor that's original to Ginga Kogen, so it looks pretty good. Yeah, kind of like last time, we got a little foam from the opening. It's a little more pale, you can see from the pour, and the head is actually a little more frothy, a little thicker. Alright, so I would say it's a little more pale than last time. It's a lot more cloudy, and I don't see any of the little bits or anything like the other beer. So it's pretty nice, golden yellow, kind of like a straw color. It smells pretty good. That is also very delicious. It definitely has a fruity flavor. It's not so banana-y like the previous one, but it's still pretty good. I tell you what I like is this foam. Very nice and creamy, so it's gonna seal in that flavor for a little longer. So, this is the Bison from Ginga Kogen, and we'll be back with yet another beer from the same company. Stick around. Alright, welcome back. We're going to take a little break from the beer, and we're going to try another snack here. This is from Meiji, and it's a Joe Kara potato, which means it's really hot or spicy potato chips. And this is sharp wasabi flavor, and you can see the chips are cut kind of to a third of the size of a normal chip. Just like last time, we'll open these Japanese style. Here's the whole bag open. Alright, as you can see, it looks like I just broke a bunch of potato chips. I dropped the bag a few times, I guess. Yeah. Alright. They smell like potato chips. Actually, you can't smell any wasabi flavor. So I hope they taste good. They have a wasabi flavor, but in that first bite it wasn't that spicy. Let's see if we can find a spicy one in here. Maybe this one? It kind of just has a hint or a very mild wasabi flavor. Nothing really spicy like I was expecting. They're tasty. If you like potato chips, I generally try to avoid these because they're really greasy. But yeah, if you like wasabi flavor, but don't really want the spice, this is probably a good bet. That one was a little spicier, but really, from the package it seems like it's going to be like, oh my god, but it's not. Alright, so this is the Joe Kara wasabi potato chips from Meiji, and we'll be back in a minute for another beer from Ginga Kogen. Stick around. Hey, welcome back. Are you ready for some more beer? We've got this other one. It's the Shiro beer from Ginga Kogen, and so that's the white beer. You might also know this as a wheat beer. Probably a Belgian style wheat beer. So it's going to be fruity, maybe a little bit sour from the Belgian beers I've had. The can says it's precious, so that's pretty good. Oh yeah, again, it's pretty foamy. Also very cloudy, golden yellow, kind of pale. Creamy head on the top there. Very citrusy aroma. Really cloudy. I want to say more than the last one. I don't know if you can get a good look at that. Some people say you got a two-finger foam there, a two-finger head. So fantastic pour, Dan. Yeah, really golden yellow here. You can see a little bit of the unfiltered stuff floating around in there. So let's see how it tastes. It's pretty refreshing. It tastes a lot like, I guess, your typical wheat beer or white beer. Has a good citrusy aftertaste. You might serve this with a lemon or an orange or something. But just like this, it's pretty tasty. Give it another go. And just like the Bison, we got a nice creamy head. It's got to lock in the flavor of that beer. It doesn't dissipate really quickly. So this is another delicious beer. This is kind of a seasonal thing also from Ginga Kogen. They don't offer this one year round, so maybe just kind of in the summer and the spring. It's pretty refreshing, so I can understand why. But if you see it, give it a shot. We'll be back with another beer from Ginga Kogen. Alright, so now we're going to drink Pale Ale from Ginga Kogen. And it's got a nice orangish brown or amber colored can, and as you can imagine, it's a pale ale, so it's going to be kind of amber colored, probably a little bitter too. Additionally, we have this other can that I had drank earlier. I haven't seen this can anywhere except for the time that I bought it. You can see it has this little horn on the top like it's a banner, and on the back it has all these little words here, and it says that the first beer that kind of spread to the masses in Japan was pale ale. So Ginga Kogen made this pale ale kind of in memoriam to that, and they say it's amber colored and it's got rich hops and kind of a nice sweet flavor. So we're gonna drink this one because I already drank that one. Yeah. As you can see, the color is definitely different from the other beers we've had already. It has a nice head like an IPA should have, or a pale ale should have. It has a sweet aroma, very orange in color, also cloudy, just like the ones before. Maybe you can see my finger behind there. Let's see how it tastes. It's a nice sweet flavor, kind of like, if I had to pin it on something, I would say apricot, but I'm not like an expert or anything. It's pretty good. It's not really bitter like a lot of pale ales or IPAs are, and I generally avoid those because I don't like really bitter beer. But this is pretty delicious. Nice good mouthfeel, appropriately carbonated. You can see, unlike the last one, the head kind of dissipated pretty quickly. So let's see if we can get a little more out of that. It's pretty good. Yeah, so it's sweet, not too hoppy, so it's not too bitter, and yeah, overall kind of delicious. It's the pale ale from Ginga Kogen. We've got one more beer, so stick around and we'll catch you on the other side. So we're gonna talk about some other treats here. We have these little garlic pieces, kind of like corn nuts, I guess, but they're pieces of garlic. So let's try them. Oh man, a really strong garlic smell. These are going to be delicious. As you can see, they're kind of like whole cloves of garlic here. It's like freeze-dried garlic. So, of course, they're absolutely delicious. I'm a big fan of garlic. I like garlic on almost anything. Look at this piece. That is huge. Now, unfortunately, this one package has 17 grams of fat. That's more fat than I would like to consume in a day, I guess. 470 calories as well. But you also get about 20 grams of protein. So that's pretty excellent, I guess. Let's have another piece. This is a little small. Really crunchy. Really fantastic. I only saw these once, and I thought I've got to buy these. I'd also like to talk to you about this drink called Real Ukon. They have a couple other drinks from this company called like Real Gold. It's like an energy drink. And this is sort of new on the market. The previous brand, or the most popular brand, I think, is the Ukon no Chikara, which is the power of Ukon. And Ukon is a turmeric root. It has a bunch of vitamins. You know, they use this for, you know, kind of like before you go drinking, or as I usually do is after drinking. Drink one of these. It's got a bunch of B vitamins and, you know, I think vitamin C and stuff. 56 calories in this one can, and 6 grams of protein. That's amazing. Yeah, but you got vitamin B6, B2, no, or very low sodium, and a bunch of other vitamins. You can't really see it, but it's kind of like a radioactive yellow. The Ukon no Chikara does not have a very good taste. It kind of tastes like medicine. This stuff kind of tastes like the Real Gold or Decapitasi, if you've ever had that. They're pretty good. It's delicious. So you just drink one of these, and very likely you won't have a hangover the next day, which is pretty good when you're drinking a lot of beer. Alright, stick around. We've got our last beer from Ginga Kogen, and it's a season-only beer, so I hope you like it. Welcome back. We have our last beer for you. This is the Ginga Kogen pilsner, and they just debuted this on the market. We found this at a local Sunkus convenience store, and it turns out it is a collaboration with Sunkus and Circle K. They're kind of the same company, and Ginga Kogen. Last year they had the American Pale Ale, and the can was very, very similar to this. It had the same design. It said fruity aroma and bitter flavor around the little ring here. But of course this says Pilsner. The other one said American Pale Ale. That one before was pretty good. It's kind of like a one-off thing. I didn't see it ever again. So let's give this one a shot. Very nice. Cool. Alright, so it's really cloudy, just like the other beers. Nice foamy head. It's not as creamy as the pale ale or the white beer was, but it's pretty nice. I don't really see anything floating around in there. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, it's pretty bitter. It's sweet. It has kind of a fruity flavor, like it tells you on the can. But it's bitter, like a pale ale would be. It's not so bad. I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I like this more than the standard pale ale they have, but it's pretty good. Here. Alright, so as you can see, it's very similar to a lot of the other Ginga Kogen beers we've had today. But this one is very bitter, pretty sweet. It's not really sour. It has a very, like a sweet, fruity aroma and a pretty good taste. So get this while you can. I think it's a limited time offer. It's the Ginga Kogen Pilsner. It's pretty good. Alright, so today we tried some different beers from Ginga Kogen, the Iwate brewery of choice. And of course we have the standard Komugi, which is the Bison, or the wheat beer. We had the Bison, which had live yeast in it, and the white beer, which is pretty good. Pale ale, not as bitter as many pale ales, and of course the pilsner, the limited edition. Also showed you the alternate can for the pale ale from before. Sometimes you see kind of a blue bottle Ginga Kogen in the supermarkets. Usually that's this one with the live yeast, the Bison. But if you see one that's a star bottle, it has a silver label. That's the same as this one, but in a bottle. So if you see them, don't be afraid to try them. If you see any of these cans, I suggest drinking these instead of something like Asahi or Kirin. Ibis is pretty good, so is Sapporo, I guess, but these are my choice for Japanese craft beers. So, thank you for joining us today. Next time, we'll check out some other craft beers, or something else we have here in Japan. And look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. And